Welcome back to Yelling at Trees, where we yell at trees.
You're just a house for squirrels.
What? What was that last one?
You're just a house for squirrels.
You're just a house for squirrels.
I'm infested with little tiny bugs. Okay.
I've got rat-like animals living on my
Birds
shoulders.
pooping you
This
all the
bird
time.
keeps smacking me with his face.
It's never happened to me. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
Hammerhead birds.
So, we bought a 3D printer. You've probably heard us mention it because if you listen carefully, you can hear it. Always just
Always
going
running.
Way in the background.
like it controls our lives.
It's rebuilding the world.
So when we bought it, the plan was to figure out how to make our own things on it, which we've entirely abandoned at this point.
It's still on the list of things to do someday.
Yeah, like after things like figure out how to install a urinal in the kitchen.
Or get in shape.
Get in shape. Make more money.
Yes.
All those things are way ahead of learn how to use the 3D printer we bought with money. Super exciting. But anyway, what doesn't require us to design things is to find things on the internet and print them, which we can do relatively inexpensively because
They're free.
a roll of filament is like $20, and you can make dozens of things with one roll of
At least.
like maybe like 50 to 100 hand-sized keychain kind of objects. So before Christmas, Corey took it upon himself to make dozens of things he was going to give away as Christmas presents. And so he made like
It's so
little
many.
octopuses that had like tentacles that moved around and sharks that danced and
So I made
a
for
giant
my mom,
fish mug.
For my mom, I made 4 different styles of bird feeders.
Apparently she likes... I hope she likes birds.
Oh, yeah. She loves the birds. when they come
She
out.
wants to feed them to death.
At no point did it occur to me to say, does she like birds? I'm just like, oh, bird
Oh my
feeders,
gosh, the
that's
constant
nice.
tweeting is getting to me.
No, they love the bird. They love the birds out there, but they got these big black
It's like
birds.
an Alfred Hitchcock movie
They
over
call
there.
them
Yeah.
cowbirds.
It's not really about how much she likes birds. It's about how much my dad hates birds. It's
Just like a protective layer
I got him.
of stuff.
I got him.
But yeah, like during the summer, if they have the hummingbird feeder out, hummingbirds will buzz right next to you while you're sitting there on the porch, and it's really cool.
Nice. Those things look like giant insects, don't they?
Yeah, and they're scary. Like they're flapping. Like
Oh yeah,
it's a droning
unnerving.
like a bee.
It's unnerving. Yeah.
But when
Right.
it gets close, it's so much louder. It's like,
And if you've seen the movie Evolution, you have a reason to be afraid. Because that hummingbird
take
thing,
the leg, take
it
the leg.
tried to kill that guy. It was in his leg and everything. Oh,
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's turning around and going. It's take the leg, take the leg.
Good times.
So anyway, I made bird feeder stuff for my mom. For my dad, he likes fishing a lot, so I made several fishing accessories. One of them was a
Fishing accessories.
fishing
It's
accessory.
a real thing. It's a real thing.
One was a 4-pole carrier.
It's
and
when
you
you're going
can
to send
stick
out
your
emails.
Poles in them and take them to
You're
the
going to send out
lake with you.
It
fake emails to people to
it
try to get
handles
them to email
4
you back.
poles at once, if you know what I mean.
And then
Wow.
various clips to hang fishing
impressive.
poles.
Yeah,
and then
that's
I made
lot of
a
poles.
I'm not even sure what motion you were just doing to the wall, but
you hang your poles on stuff.
oh no, but
Sometimes.
you're doing
Your poles on the wall.
yeah. How long does it take you to like 3 or 4 hours to hang a pole on the wall? I'm just asking. 'Cause
That's where I keep my plungers on the wall in the pole holder.
So yeah, and then I printed him a big mug that's in the shape of a bass.
Big old open mouth.
Yep, and I painted it and everything, and it's awesome.
wow.
I made my dad a
And for
large
my-
fish mouth that you can drink out of.
I made for
So you know what tastes good is when you drink.
You water the fish, and then you water yourself from the fish.
Well, you
it's
coffee.
like you're
the
kissing the
fish.
fish every time.
It's like, hey, fish.
Fish lips.
Wow, that's some good coffee.
But it's one of my better paint jobs.
It's sweet. It sweetens
Yeah.
pretty good.
I wonder what he's going to drink out of it, because you can't really put coffee into a low temperature PLA
I
cup.
think you could.
Ooh.
You don't think so? Is it
Yeah.
pretty close?
No.
What's the temperature it actually melts at?
So like
'Cause-
I've touched the tip of that PLA printer before, and it's hot, but I wouldn't say it's as hot as a hot cup of coffee.
Is it? So it's not even as hot as a curling iron or something?
It's maybe close.
Okay.
Yeah, but
that might be
like
dangerous.
a good hot cup of coffee would probably
Melt it.
at least kind of warp it.
You'd end up with a fish that's closed its mouth.
But he did put that. But he did put that poison paint over it.
It's
Put some lead paint on
it's
it.
a polyurethane coat.
Oh, okay.
Polyurethane.
And I read it, and it's supposed to be safe to eat off of,
Right.
like non-toxic.
Polyurethane.
Yeah, it's
what
like
they make,
I mop the floor in my
skateboard wheels
kitchen.
out
Doesn't
of.
mean I'm going to eat off of it, though. I mean, come on. I'm just kidding.
But we'll see. We'll see if he dies or not. I mean, if he drinks
We'll
some,
see if he dies or
if he
not.
drinks sweet tea
Well,
from it or
it's-
hot coffee.
And when the will comes in, we'll
Oh,
find
gosh.
out if he loves me or not. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he drinks a
He
little.
could just keep minnows in it. That would make sense.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what's funny is Emily told me her dream the other day. It was pretty awesome.
Oh,
too.
gosh.
We'll have to do that sometime. Have her come in and describe the dream. It was pretty great.
Oh gosh.
We'll have
We should totally do that 2 or 3 times.
a mini dream section where we tell about little parts of our dreams or something.
Oh, and I predicted part of it.
Oh
She
my
like started
gosh.
to describe it, and I said I thought in my head a particular item was going to show up, and it did.
Do all the Fraggles
Sweet.
die?
No comment.
What?
No comment.
What are Fraggles? Never mind. Wrong dream.
That's not her dream. She's too young to have that dream. You and I can have that dream.
But anyway, the 3D printer, that's what we were talking about. Since Christmas is over and it would be weird to still be making Christmas presents for people, we have decided that we're printing our own version of Settlers of Catan, which is a board game, kind of, that has random hexagon
Yes.
pieces that you like shuffle and move around.
It has. It's a lot like a role playing game that you might play. It's
a resource
It is.
gathering game.
It's like Dungeons and Dragons Monopoly
Kind of, yeah.
without any real bad guys.
You know,
there's not
Pasco,
like
collect
there's not
some ore.
monsters or anything. It's just
Competing
you
with each
competing
other to
against
build
other
your
players.
empire first.
Yeah, it's like Age of Empires
There you go.
if it were a board game that did not have battles.
Yeah. More commerce and
All right,
trade.
it's the
than-
most boring game you've ever heard of. You build roads, and if your roads go the furthest, you win points or something. But that's not a big deal. That's not what the point is. The point is, each one of the pieces is like a different kind of resource, like wood or mining ore or
Bricks,
Well,
sheep.
the whole
Bricks or
thing is
sheep.
called Settlers of
Wheat.
Catan. It's not called like Warriors of Catan or something like that. So otherwise, it'd be
By the way, I
different.
just had a great idea. Anyway,
he's gonna play Warrior of Catan in a minute and just break all the pieces.
I've conquered your city.
Genghis Khan.
you just get a separate die that you roll to determine who you hit first.
And then you don't even play with the
And
game. You just
I
punch
don't
the
mean
person
on the
next to
game.
you.
You just punch somebody. You're like,
right.
that's my settlement now.
Okay,
It's like
you can
it's
have
like
it.
you just trade punches until the person gives
but
up
that
or
being said-
they win.
But that being said, the game that you buy is a sticker on a piece of cardboard for each one of those
very
places.
flat.
And ours, they're about an inch high, and like it's literally like a 3D forest or a bunch of little sheep out in the field or something. It's,
Nice.
It's adorable. It's gonna be
Yeah.
fun, but it's very fine detail.
Yes.
And we printed it all on clear filament, so it's all gonna have to be painted.
Yep.
So
That'll be fun.
That might be-
That's my fun thing.
that might be tons and tons and tons of work to make it not just like green or something like that, you know.
Well,
I don't
the
know.
good thing
It's like,
about printing
I just spilled
clear.
a bucket of paint all over it.
Right. Well, I mean, like, so the trees one is like literally like I have no idea how you were gonna get a brush
Close enough to
2 inches into this piece
get to the wood.
to get to the inside parts of the
Yeah.
trees that are in the middle of the piece.
Oh, I have my ways.
Yeah, you can't just put it on a straw and blow it into it. That's just crazy,
You
man.
don't know.
It's like, all right, we need
Just
to
don't
paint,
inhale whatever
we
you
need
do.
to paint that wood brown, and here we go.
See, what I'm going to do is put a big glob in it upside down and just shuffle it side to side a little bit and let it roll all over it, maybe.
Would you say every day you'll be shuffling?
Every day I'm shuffling.
It's terrible. I hate that I know that song. That's your
I
fault.
have no idea
because
what
it
you're
was on
talking
my
about.
radio the other day.
It's by a band called
LMFAO.
Random Letters, Lefmayo. And the song is awful. And the lyrics are awful, and the music is awful. And the musicians are awful.
I think I have to hear this now.
You've probably heard it already because it's awful.
Party
That means that
rock.
it's definitely been top 10 on the radio.
Well, I think they're playing. They're having someone doing the Super Bowl this year that I have never, ever, ever heard the music for.
Gwen Stefani. No,
I know who that is.
it's her brother.
You got to go back
No,
a
he
little bit
passed away
further,
a long time
or
ago,
a
never
little
mind.
forward before I forget. Don't know who it is, but
Yeah, it's Depeche Mode.
no, it's not.
Your own personal Jesus. That's the only song I know that they do. And it's awful, and I don't think I sang it right. Because, I'm not a good singer. That's why I write music.
I think they should do it. I think they should do it like a, some random fans playlist, and just have it virtually in there, and they just, So then it's like, some guy who's 50 years old is playing like his 70 hair metal songs for the Super Bowl. I think that'd be a good move.
Yeah, Aerosmith.
Yeah, that's him.
That happened last year, didn't it? It wasn't.
No, what
it
I'm
was
saying.
a year or two ago.
What I'm saying is that it would be like just random from the crowd. Anybody who happens to be, one of the people showing up that day happens to have their playlist. Their person actually sing.
So Sammy Hagar, okay, because he'll be there. Actually, I feel bad. He might be dead.
Oh, well, don't feel bad if he's not though.
Yeah, I mean, if he's not, good for him. If he is, I mean, he lived a good life. He was the guy in Van Halen that nobody seemed to like. That's pretty a big deal, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've been the guy in people's bands that nobody likes, and that's okay.
I'm still the guy in people bands nobody likes.
They're like, going, he's good at music, so I guess we'll keep him. But I don't really like that guy.
He writes like 4 or 5 songs a day. One of them's gonna be good eventually, right?
There you go.
You're like, no, that's not really how that works. I mean, Dr. Seuss wrote hundreds of books. None of them were exciting crime mystery novels ever. That never happened.
It didn't have to happen though, did it?
One fish, two fish.
What you do is you instead just like he did, right? If you can't write deep, just write something that you think is deep, and then say it's for children, and then they'll think, wow, that is deep for children.
Or if you really wanted to, you could be like
Horton
C.S.
heard a
Lewis
who.
and write deep stuff for children.
Horton, here's a who.
Do you hear that? Do you hear that? Hey, who is that? I heard it. I heard a who.
I had to bake the roast beast earlier, so I know what it's like.
I hate when that happens. Oh, hey, just in case, we should take a deep breath. By the way, if you are listening to this podcast, it is because of Anchor.fm. Anchor is a free app in the App Store for any mobile device. There's also an app on the computer and a web interface, and it lets you record your podcast right there on that device. You don't have to use like sophisticated Pro Tools or Logic or a mixer board or any of that fun stuff. You just hit a button and you talk about what you want to talk about.
I like it.
I like it too. It's really exciting because you can make a podcast and it distributes it to like 12 or 15 different podcast services all at once on their end. You don't actually have to like go submit it to iTunes or something like that.
That is super convenient.
It is super convenient. It's great. And you can do sponsorships, so you can do like little promotional commercial type stuff, and then they give you some money.
Yeah.
Which money is nice. It gets things and stuff.
Correct.
Yeah. Highlights. Free app. Easy distribution. Instantly record.
Done.
Yeah. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. Okay. Wow, that was a long one. What was that guy even talking about? That's crazy. He keeps interrupting us every time we take a deep breath. He sounds so much like me. It's really frustrating. Oh, hey, Corey.
Hi.
How's it going?
Welcome back.
Oh, I'm all right.
What's up in your life? How's your world?
It's looking up, I suppose.
You were just looking up, actually, when you're thinking
I
about
was
it.
trying to think, so I'm looking up.
You know how like
like
in
that.
the world today people say that something is salty and they mean that it has like an unpleasant attitude. Do you think that if we like lived in the ocean, saying that something was salty would be like super happy and fun? Because
Nice.
the ocean's salty.
Salt does make things taste good.
It does. Man,
We're gonna use it.
if my bacon wasn't salty, I'd be mad.
Yeah.
It's got to be, right?
That's right.
Ugh.
Oh my gosh. You know what?
Sweet
You
bacon.
know what it'd be? It'd be healthy.
You know what? The idea of like the glazed bacon sounds good in theory, but when I go to a place that has like glazed bacon on their burgers or something, I hate it. It's like whatever the mark is where bacon can be kind of sweet, they've gone 4 or 5 times past
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
They're like, oh great, what I have is like something with the texture of bacon that tastes like raw sugar.
Yep. It's
I don't-
candy.
I don't like
I
it.
tried to make it one time, like brown sugar on bacon and baking it.
He's gonna make
just-
it. Oh,
Burned. The sugar burned and
it's
It
funny
does.
that
filled
sugar
the
does-
whole
sugar
house,
does
and it
that.
smelled
Oh, man.
terrible forever. And I don't ever do
You know,
sweet
you
bacon.
know what's good is I had the was sweet with bacon was the maple syrup sundaes with the it was maple syrup on a ice cream sundae with bacon bits on it. It was so freaking good. They had it at Denny's. I was like blown away.
Making bits?
I've
Bacon.
never made
Real
it
bacon.
through a restaurant to get to dessert.
No, I went there just for dessert
I'm always full.
because I heard about it. I was like, oh,
after
okay.
whatever we eat.
I literally went there to try it out because my daughter said that sounds awesome. I said, you know what, you're right. Let's do it. Let's do it.
On occasion, I eat dessert, but it doesn't happen very often.
It's gotta be like 10 at night. We grab an ice cream out of the freezer.
Mm.
Well, I will go to a place for dessert, like Dairy Queen
Right.
Uh-huh.
or even Sonic, but I won't typically get dessert with a meal
Yeah.
because if I'm wanting a meal, I'm not wanting that meal because I want the dessert.
Right.
I want the meal, and if
You're
I
hungry.
if I eat the whole meal, I'm usually uncomfortably full.
Yeah.
I usually don't even eat all the meal.
Yeah.
But if I want a dessert, I don't really want to go to a place to order a meal and wait to eat my meal and then get dessert.
Well, sometimes I get like, I'll get a snack. Just get a pack of fries of some kind, and then
Peanut butter, jelly.
Frosty.
and then some kind of frosty or some kind of ice cream treat.
Sure.
Just because I want the salty and I want the sweet.
Yeah, Wendy's has got a thing. Like, they got this deal.
Do you dip your
On-
fries
on-
in the frosty?
Yeah,
Oh,
they got it.
yeah.
They got it on lock. You get the frosty, you get the fries. You kind of have to get both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And the Frosty's super cheap. You can get one for 99 cents.
I used to put their chili on their
I mean, you
their
can.
fries, but it's so liquid that it doesn't really work out so well.
Yeah, their
It tastes
chili
good,
is
but-
really good when you don't want to make your own chili and nobody else serves chili.
Right.
But aside from that, it's awful. Their chili is the worst.
Is it kind of like dishwater that someone threw some meat and beans into, or something?
No, it's just not. It's not great. It's all the things that you would put in chili that you would then flavor to eat.
Right.
It's like
You need to bring your own ingredients, in other words, to try to make it something.
well, I mean, like, so what's chili? Chili is chili seasoning, meat of some kind, beans of some kind, and some sort of tomato and tomato juice.
Sure.
But that's
Yeah, that's
like
basic.
the basic
Right.
ingredients for chili, and then you add like I like to put like some sautéed red peppers in there and some minced onion, and I like black beans in my chili.
Yeah. I mix.
Some
I
brown
use
sugar.
3 types of beans in there.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to want to just like, if I was rich or whatever, I would just grab some steak and make chili out of that.
Right.
But since I just use ground beef, I'll throw in three or four different types of beans in there.
Okay, so that's what it is. Wendy's is the chili that you would make if you could only afford to buy 3 of the ingredients.
Right. You got 3 ingredients, make a chili. Boom.
The $35 that I spend to make a pot of chili, if
It's
I
too
only had
much.
$10,
Yeah.
that's Wendy's chili is what I'd make,
Well, what's funny is I think
and
maybe
$2 of that's crackers.
Yeah, I actually make about I think mine costs about between $10 and $12. Well, no, wait a minute, it costs more than that.
Yeah,
Got to count the beef.
hamburger
in there. The
price
beef
Yeah,
itself.
hamburger.
The beef is more than that. Sorry.
Yeah, I spend usually like just shy of $60 when I make chili, but I make a lot of it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We make a pot that we can
Yeah.
feed 3 or 4 people.
Oh, I made a
And I
pot
buy a
roast
couple
today that
of
was
fresh
so stinky
vegetables, and the white corn is always really expensive, but it's better.
good.
Like they even have chipotle flavored white shoe peg corn.
What are we in the Midwest?
Oh god, it's so good. It's the only thing that I buy that's like specifically already flavored.
I bet people in other parts of the country don't even know that there's like all these different kinds of corn and beans. They go, oh, it's beans. It's corn. No.
No, there's a dark red kidney bean that we
Yes,
use.
yes.
Well, and we don't even eat the GMO corn.
No.
Excuse me. No, the
GMO.
GMO corn.
You're like, screw those guys.
The Monsanto
know?
corn is only really used to make the high fructose corn syrup because humans can't really eat it.
Well, we don't.
But they make
just do
dozens
it
of
right.
things from it now. They make like insulation out of like the stuff that's left over when they process it. They make tons of stuff out of corn. It's
I
a
think it
huge
might. I
industry.
think it might be the opposite of insulin.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
exact
It's the
opposite of
exact
insulin.
opposite of insulin.
Insulation.
It's insulation from insulin.
Insulination.
Insulination.
It'd be cheaper if it was made that way.
Yeah. Did you hear that Biden signed an executive order to raise the prices of insulin and what was the other thing?
EpiPens and stuff.
Epinephrine.
Oh no way.
Yeah, because Trump did an executive order while he was president specifically to lower the prices of these two life-saving drugs.
Yep.
And Biden undid it the first day.
Well, he is set to do exactly the opposite of whatever anyone else has done.
Yeah, well, he's in the pocket of a lot of really rich people, so he's going to be doing stuff that's not good for America.
So back to chili.
Yeah, he
Things
better
that are-
not change the price of chili.
Oh my gosh.
Well, then
That thing just moved.
We'll have to
Does it move?
boycott him or something. I don't know. Whatever happens.
Yeah.
I don't do that stuff
It's like-
anyway. What am I
yeah,
talking about?
he's like, is it a picket? No, it's a boycott. No, what is
mean,
this thing?
I'm going to be honest right now.
Protest?
That's when we
If,
block the ships from coming into the port, right?
if
Blockade?
Biden
Yeah.
decreases my access to chili, I will be storming the Capitol.
Well, here's the thing.
I won't be going to like where the senators are, though.
Yeah,
I'll be
skip those
knocking
guys.
on the front door of the White House. Guys, I got to talk to Joe. He's messing with my chili.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, your name's Joe. I know you appreciate chili.
And
Why
then
are you
you'll come
doing
in
this?
and you'll find him actually trying to make soup in a boot. Because that guy, I swear, he's like,
to the White House kitchen making boot chili
All by himself. And
with his black market beef.
he's like one step away from total dementia, is what it is. I mean, he thinks he's going to start throwing like a stick over his shoulder with a little knapsack on it, and
Right.
he's going to be like walking out of the, hey, I'm going fishing,
Right, and he'll recognize me and call me by the wrong name and be like, "Hey, Ronnie, how's
He's
it
like-
going? Want some of my
Hey,
boot
Joe.
chili?"
Hey Joe, break out that harp, and he starts bringing out his harmonica and starts playing for us. I don't know. Can he play spoons? Because that would be awesome.
I actually know how to play spoons.
That would be awesome.
That's the one thing I learned from my grandfather.
Nice.
I mean, musically.
I vaguely remember him trying to teach that to me.
I also know how to
But-
play a washboard because he played the spoons and the
That's
washboard
what
It's
I played my abs,
in the
but they don't
in the
sound like a
band at the
washboard.
Southern Baptist Church that he went to when I was a kid. And his friend Bob played mandolin and blew in a jug. Yeah, but he knew how to do it. Like he
yeah,
played
yeah.
the pitches and everything. He's like,
Nice.
you're like,
Yeah,
what? What is happening? How are you doing that? Yeah, I mean, I just did it without a
all
jug.
in
So
the
yes.
He does jazz jug. Jumps on the table with the jug.
Jug. I don't understand what's happening.
I don't
We got off
understand
on a
the
tangent.
physics of the jug.
Yeah,
Aside from the blowing part.
we should totally stop talking about this topic.
Joe, you can blow my jug. That's what you tell him.
You can blow on my jug anytime, Joe.
Oh, lordy.
What are you
Exactly.
doing in the White House? Just biding my time.
So, he is totally biding his time.
And it's short. His time's short.
We need to get shirts made. Biding my time.
Yeah.
That'd be so great. Anyway, this has been Yelling at Trees, where we waste our time yelling at trees, like so. Get off my
Hey, you dumb
lawn!
birdhouse.